I'm a real player. You can put me on the roster. All about my cheese, I ain't worried about the pasta. Baby, nine touchdown on the roster. Yeah, I hit her up. Burn like a pepper. Scream in the rain. Dixie like a weather. Bird in my cup. Can't go without my medicine. So quick. Like a big bag of pepper. Where is my medal? All they know is suckers. You know the money talk. You can ask Chris Tucker. I'm a country boy.
Welcome to Side Action, Episode 15 of Season 8. My name is Jim Weglars, a.k.a. Wegs. You can follow me at Wegs on X and on Instagram.
And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper, on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. Make sure to check us out on TikTok as well. And, of course, all the socials. And the wind is whipping out there right now. I can hear it.
Yeah, I heard it's cold out there. I haven't exited the premises. I heard it's like 30. But
the wind chill is like in the teens, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make it over to Walgreens all bundled up. But
no Pizza Lobo? Wow.
Not today. You know, it is Wednesday. We're recording on Wednesday for once. Maybe tomorrow. You know, it's Thanksgiving. Nothing says like Thanksgiving like Pizza Lobo.
Are they even open tomorrow?
I don't know. Probably not.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you got, tonight is the night. Like, tonight is the night of debauchery.
Well, it is called Blackout Wednesday for a reason, right? But I have not been invited out. I was out yesterday. That was fine. Didn't get hammered, but had a couple. I was trying to drink less this week, Goop. Less.
Nice, yeah.
So if anybody's listening, don't invite me out. I'm trying to dry out this liver, which is...
No rivers?
That's going to probably be Friday. I'm trying to get Art to go out there. More on that later, but his Survivor pick's going to be on the line. Kind of discuss that.
Yeah.
And also, you know, I got the day off, so why not roll some bones, you know?
Right. Why not get paid on your day off?
Yeah, sure. Get paid or pay them, either way you look at it.
Yeah.
We can get into that a little bit later. What about you? So you're sick still? Weren't you sick on Thursday?
Oh yeah, I've been fully over it. I'm not fully over, but I'm almost all the way over it now.
Okay.
But yeah, there's still a moment where I still sound real nasally. I've got like I would say I'm back to like 90%.
90%. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you sound like, in general, you sound worse than you are. You know, you're like, I feel better, but
that's
like
the sad.
shit, you know?
That's the sad part. I hated too. Is like I felt fine through most of it. It's just like I couldn't hardly breathe. My nose is all stopped up. You know, the sinus. It's that damn sinus. You know.
Yeah, it gets in there. Luckily, so far I've been okay, but you know, I don't know. After last week's conference, I'm very surprised I didn't get sick because there was about 1,000 people sneezing and coughing and being around each other. So. And how did the bowling go?
Shot 731 last night.
So that's really good, man.
For 3 games, yeah. I 268, 229, 231, I think, or 236, I think. I missed the break the bank, which is that the 3 games they're like frames that you have to strike in to be able to quote unquote break the bank. It had been $14,000. I missed it in the 3rd game of the 6th frame. I missed it by 1 strike all night. Yeah. I wanted it. I like through 2 games. I was like, we're on it. Like I was like, I like to keep track. Some people are like, I don't even know why you track it. I'm like, I like to know. You know, I want to know. That way you can like, you know, I like to know what is going on. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody's like, you're gonna psych yourself out. I'm like, I actually think it helps me focus. Just take your time. Make sure you know,
focused. If
you're gonna miss, just make it be fate. Don't make it be, you know, a human error. You know, don't be a jackass and throw a bad shot. At least throw a good shot. If it doesn't strike well.
If the 5 pins staring at you at the end, then you're like, screw you, 5 pin.
Yeah. So we got that close to winning $14,000 last night. That was
big money.
Yeah, that would have been a good time. I pulled Jordan's strike ball ticket too, so it's like we almost could have had a sweep. He would have won. You know, he won strike ball, which was like $300. I could have won, you know, $14,000. We would have been making out pretty cool.
That $14,000, that just rolls over every week.
Yeah, it's been going on for a minute. I missed it last year by 1 strike too. So
somebody's going to win it. Might as well be you.
Right. So, but yeah, it was a disappointing Tuesday night, even though it was a better Tuesday night. So.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, yes, my appearance at Pizza Lobo again on Friday was. They missed me. It did a whole week. Why not show up again and say hi? And then
you'll have to go down to Four Shadows and do the same thing.
Yeah.
I've been seeing the dog bowl on social media more and more.
Yeah, have you been seeing it? Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
and I know that guy, Mike. It was Mike's birthday. He won. He's a Four Shadows regular. I'm definitely going to go down there. I went there a couple weekends ago. I am going to go down there for the 10th for their annual Christmas party. That's a really fun time. I think Paul's going to go down with me, so that's coming up. The problem is they're a Bills bar. You got to kind of,
Pick and
figure
choose.
it out,
Yeah.
like when they're going to be there. It's not that I don't like the Bills guys. It's just I didn't go there for NFL Sunday. The place is like jammed, It's
Yeah,
great.
and I wouldn't want to be around that much incompetence either.
Yeah, last Thursday would have been a rough one, but
No, that'd been great. That'd been the best time to be in there. Are you kidding me?
because I bet on the
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Those red unis were pretty cool, though, I will say. And then volleyball, and then the Bears game, baby. It was the seats. There's no real bad seat in Soldier Field now. I mean, we were up there in the 400 level. Trust me, Art and I got our steps in. But I will say that as soon as it was, game kicks off at noon, right? With daylight savings, as soon as that, it was like 20, like not even at the end of the first quarter, we were already in the shade.
Yeah.
The sun was already back on the west side of the stadium, and it was like a little chilly.
I was wondering if you're on the home side or the away side. I told them they had the same thing. Like, we'll have to remember that. Like, if we get tickets, get on the away side because it's in the sun longer. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little cooler, but it was a beautiful day and fun, and obviously got the win. We'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, pretty good week. Now we're ready we got the short week, got some games to watch. I'm ready to go, man. I'm feeling good.
There it is. Get food tomorrow. Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, not as much as you're gonna have. I'm boycotting big Thanksgiving celebrations. I'm just going small here. No way.
Wow.
Anti.
We're doing Thanksgiving on Friday too. If you want to join us,
You're doing another Thanksgiving on Friday?
Yeah, for the two sides, right? So dad's side is in Ohio. We're doing mom's side in Chicago. They came up.
I missed the Friendsgiving. I know I'm on the SL for your sister, so it's fine.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
yeah, I didn't. I played volleyball.
Did she let you know, or is this a hankering that you have?
I just have a hankering. I have a general sense, I did go. I forgot to mention. I went and saw this really cool thing. It's a little plug for the, the culture. It's a candlelit concert that they do kind of all over the city, but this particular place is called the Stan Mansion in Logan Square, and it's pretty cool. It was a string quartet, and they did the whole night was really just an hour long. Was Queen songs. Nice. So it's like We Are the Champion with the old couple of fiddles, a viola, and a cello. They did like 12 different songs. It was really cool. Definitely good for you guys to check out if you like. They do all different things. U2, they do, I think they're going to do like Taylor Swift or something, but a lot of contemporary hits. It was definitely worth a trip.
Hell yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah. So who you put in the shed this week, sir?
Oh man. Well, first up, we're putting Ben Sherratt in the shed.
For sure.
And it may be the best term in hockey. He got fined $5,000 for butt ending Simon Nemec during Monday's game of the Devils and Red Wings. And just in case you're not aware of what butt ending is,
can you demonstrate?
It's where you take the opposite end of the stick with the curve, so that maybe the handle in, if you were, and you jam it. And he basically just jammed it and speared somebody. Yeah, he speared Simon Nemec basically in the kidney with it. So, yeah, $5,000 fine. So, that doesn't sound like a lot, but you're gonna base on percentages. It's the highest you can get fined for under the bylaws of the NHL. So, definitely won't be doing that. And then another jackass. This is probably the Boner of the Week award. For a lot of different reasons. Trayvon Mowring. He's the Panthers' safety. He got suspended one game, which he is appealing, but he gave Juwan Jennings the old low blow. Yeah, the old sack tap on Monday night in front of the world.
Juwan Jennings. Was it a punch or was it a pull?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was like a punch. Yeah, it was fierce. Yeah.
Donkey punch.
Juwan Jennings had words with him after the game, which I thought was smart. It's like, all right, well, don't get a penalty. Well, probably couldn't breathe in the moment. Now I think about it. So. But yeah, but like I said, Boner of the Week, just in the shed. You're an idiot. You can literally do a lot of different things, but just to low blow, the sack tap, if you will. It's just
you've got 30 cameras out there. They're going to catch that kind of thing out there.
There's 300 cameras out there. There's not just 30. There's 300 cameras out there. That is correct.
Yeah, it's
so
in the shed. Juwan Jennings is fine. He still can father children. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Thank God.
For me, I'm putting the Eagles in there. Obviously one of the picks that we faced off on. 21-0. 11 minutes into the game, looking pretty good. Cruise control, doing everything you need to do.
Got
Didn't
fat
score.
and happy.
Didn't score for the last 31-30 of the game. So I didn't get to see the game because I was at the other one and coming through. But hey, you know what? Good job for the Cowboys. But when are they going to fire this OC? This OC sucks, obviously. Nobody's happy. I know that, Sirianni is kind of an idiot head coach with this great talent, but at some point you got to shake it up, right? I mean, this team cannot get out of their own way, even though they got all that talent. But anyway, hey, Eagles, get in the shed. We'll see what happens on Friday, but you're still leading the NFC East, which anybody can at this point. But
they've had a different offensive coordinator every year other than Shane Steichen, and yet Nick Sirianni's an offensive guy. It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know what he used to do. He didn't do anything, did he? I don't know. And then even though they won the game, I'm going to go with Shedeur Sanders, who, yes, they won. He made one deep throw. Come on, dude. He's like, imagine if I was in there for the whole offseason. Isn't that partially your fault, dude? Like, this guy's a bonehead. Like, he finally got in the game. The first game was terrible. He wasn't even great last week. Just chill out, bro. You beat the Raiders, who probably don't want to win. And actually, they fired Chip Kelly. So.
He's got juice, Wags. He
Juice?
defied all odds on 3rd and 10. Don't you remember the first game?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh yeah,
come on.
Sure. Well, he's getting in the shed for me. I think if he plays well this week, fine. Maybe I'll say something. He's starting this week, but
yeah,
just be a little humble, just a little bit. Maybe not. Whatever.
Maybe not.
All right, in Club Dub, I'm going to put our boy Jameis Winston, who is your guy, because you were texting me. I'm at the game. They didn't show it on the big screen, the amazing play with the throwback to him, but they also had that reverse pass that he completed.
Yeah.
And obviously they should have won this game. They were up big on the Lions and blew it and then lost in overtime. But it's actually a perfect scenario for the Giants. Keep losing, get a good draft pick. But Jameis Winston, he's the best show in the NFL. The dude is fun, and he obviously had the great play trucking the safety there, but he's still not going to start if Jackson Dart is going to play, which doesn't make any sense. The kid, everybody's coming to see Jameis. The guy's balling out.
He should start for somebody next year. I don't know who it's going to be.
Were you the one, or I heard on a podcast this week saying everybody should be able to start Jameis Winston once during the season? It's like Jameis just rolls every team, and he just has himself a ball out there.
That'd be awesome. I like that idea. Yeah.
And then the other one in Club Dub is Texas D, as I mentioned. I've never been in love with a defense more than since the 85 Bears. They're just so dominant and fun, and they play hard. D'Amico Ryan's like at halftime, the game was sort of close, and he was like, we're just going to keep hunting. And I love that because they were just hunting Josh Allen. The poor Bills offensive line was just getting shattered before our eyes. And despite having a terrible offense, the defense never quits. They obviously got 8 sacks against the Bills, and they're kind of willing this team back into playoff contention.
Yep. They were necking around, and they found out with Davis Mills. So
that's right. That guy's got a really long neck.
Oh, yeah. He could see over everybody. Let's see. For my Club Dub, I'll start with Logan Cooley. Because he became the 4th person in NHL history to record multiple natural hat tricks in the same season at age 21 or younger. So he scored 4 goals on Monday night, which was 4 consecutive goals. And they ended up winning the game, I think, 5-2 or 4-1, one or the other.
Okay.
But the only other players to do this in NHL history, Gretzky 4 times in 1980-81, Patrick Laine twice in 2018 and 2019, and then Philip Forsberg in 2015-2016. So
good company.
Pretty good company. And then I'm going to go Matthew Stafford. I mean, the ageless wonder, everybody's golden boy right now. Pretty easy to put him in Club Dub, but he continues to bolster his MVP candidacy with a torching of the Bucs on Sunday Night Football. He's got 18 touchdowns in his last 5 games, which is just insane. And
he got two interceptions on the season. It's like 30 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
I believe, I think it's 2 interceptions. I can definitely look.
Maybe
but they are just rolling right now. It's a team you definitely don't want to see, and probably the best team in football, honestly.
Oh yeah. They're. I mean, by every metric, they got to be the best team. A lot of people were saying Seattle for a while. I don't know. I mean, with
30 touchdowns, 2 picks. Can confirm. Yeah.
With Darnold, you can't do that, but with the Rams, it's just if he stays healthy, they got a real shot here. So let's see if he can do that, and hopefully he can. And
yeah,
it wasn't even close, like you said. It was a little sad. Baker was getting beat up. It was a rough game, but hey, they got it.
They're a fluke field goal and a fluke fumble on the 1 yard line away from being undefeated.
Mm-hmm. So. That's right. That's right. We'll see if they can hold off the rest of the NFC West because it's still not over. Despite how good they played, they probably got to win like 12 games to win that stupid division this year.
The NFC, you got to win 12 games to make the playoffs, probably at least 11. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's heated.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little college football. Last week, the week 13. Look at the Sooners, Oklahoma. They had a little letdown. Now they're playing great. Took care of business. Win 17-6. Cover the number. Keep the name under. Hey, they still got a shot to get in there. They're looking good. They keep winning. They got a good shot.
Yeah, John Mateer keeps playing healthy. I mean, it's the defense. That's really what it comes. Brad Venables' defense just really dialed in. They look like an SEC team so much more than Texas does. That's what's really standing out to me is how much of a style change that Oklahoma has made compared to Texas when they all came into the SEC at the same time.
Well, big coaching difference between, obviously the former Riley, he doesn't believe in defense. Oh, speaking of him, Oregon took care of business over USC and just kept scoring at will. Winning 42-27, they covered the 10.5 points. They held the Trojans to 47 yards rushing. That is a 1.7 average, Coop. May help their resume for the playoffs, which looks like they're in. I mean, the playoff standings came out. We still got the last week of the regular season and the games, but it looks like Oregon's going to probably get in.
Yeah, basically unless the sky falls this weekend in Washington. Yeah, I would definitely assume Oregon. Like outside of Ohio State, there's only there's just a big jumbled mess after that. Who's the second best team? Who can win a national championship? Because I think some people think Indiana can hang in there. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we get to see that game. Maybe we'll see what happens this weekend. But I think Oregon could be spicy if you want to sprinkle some money on them.
Yeah, well, they were early in the year. Was that your pick? I don't know if it was Oregon or Texas, but we had them in there up top. So we'll see what happens. Pitt, they spoiled Tech's bid, man. Stupid Yellow Jackets. You had a really good shot, and they fall down 28-0 in this goddamn game. Like, okay, now Pitt is actually on top of the ACC. It's kind of weird when they post the the standings for the playoffs. They're on top of the ACC, only have one loss in the conference. But anyway, it'll be settled out on the field. But anyway, they were down 28-0, but Tech cut the lead to 7 with 4:51, but still couldn't get home. And, look, this Jacarian Turner, 186 yards and a touch. I mean, that got it done. We had the big run at the end of the game. Wins 42-28. That's Pitt does. Covers the 2.5. Goes over 60.5. And Pitt can win the ACC.
Yeah, I think there was something I saw where it could be like a 4-way tie, depending on what happens. Maybe a 6-way tie, I think, if things get really crazy, which would be really funny.
He's still in there, too, yeah.
Yeah, the ACC is going to cannibalize itself, so that's what's really funny about all of this.
We're going to get one team in. That's right.
Yeah, 100%.
And then BYU gets the win behind, this is running back LJ Martin's 266 total yards. The guy was awesome, 2 touchdowns. They win 26-14. Was it at Cincinnati? They covered the 2.5, 56.5. Point total under. Look, they got a good shot. They've been good all year. They had the one, Texas Tech loss. They're on the outside looking in right now, but, I guess we got to see how it shakes out. It'd be a shame. Do they only have one loss?
Yeah, they'll get a chance to avenge that loss in the Big 12 championship game as well. So I think that'll be interesting too.
Right. So this is the last quote unquote regular season game. There's championship.
It's rivalry week, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the big one. Just put some of the games. There'll be other ones they'll cover probably. We got Georgia at Georgia Tech. I know this is a long shot for Tech. They're 14-point dogs in this one. They're playing in the Georgia Dome, so I didn't put at anywhere because it's basically a home game for both of them. 59.5 point total. This is Friday at 11 a.m. Central. If Tech somehow pulls off an upset, they could jump back in. That's the way I look at it. Maybe not. It's not a conference game, but beating Georgia would definitely go well for the resume. They got any shot in this game?
No, I don't think so. I think Georgia. I think Georgia might be in the best possible situation, especially if they can. They're going to probably avoid the SEC championship game, and yet they're still going to get a bye, which is like, I mean, that is a bad. They're going to get 2 weeks off. They're going to get two bye weeks to hang out, get healthy. Kirby will be dialing them up. Like, yeah, I mean, I think Georgia will realize how big this game is. I think Kirby understands how big this game is for them, and yeah, they're really sitting in the catbird seat. That's another team I would sprinkle a future on if you really want to get frisky.
Dogs. And then we talked about this game kind of a couple weeks ago. A&M is at Texas. 2.5 point favorite for Texas A&M, 51.5 point total. This is also Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central. If Texas loses, they're out. They have no shot. If Texas wins, I guess A&M would still stay relevant. They're undefeated, and that's what you're talking about. Is A&M locked up for the SEC championship game or not?
It's basically locked up as Texas A&M and Alabama as it stands right now. So
they could lose this game and still be maybe in, but it'd be nice to just eliminate Texas and just get them off the map.
Yeah, and we'll see. Well, I mean, it'd be very unprecedented to see a 3-loss team in the college football playoff, and that, I mean, Texas would have an argument because the argument really comes down to is if Texas would be a 2-loss team if they didn't schedule Ohio State. So are they getting rewarded for scheduling Ohio State, or are they going to get penalized, for scheduling Ohio State if they do win this game somehow? But they also went to overtime with Kentucky. They've also lost to Florida. They went to overtime with Mississippi State. So, I mean, Texas kind of can blame themselves, honestly.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah, I hate this number, but I love the over.
Okay, yeah. Seems like a high-scoring one. And then we have the Ohio State-Michigan game. This is back on Saturday now. Ohio State, they can still theoretically lose this game and go to the Big Ten championship game, right?
No, they have to win this game.
Okay. Well, they're 10-point favorites at the Big House, 43.5 point total. This is 11 a.m. on Saturday. I mean, if Michigan wins, it's huge for them. I don't know if they could pass Oregon because they only got one loss for Oregon, but, I mean, beating the big dog would be certainly a good case to make. And so who would get into the championship if Ohio State loses?
I believe Oregon would be the team to go then. I believe it'd be Indiana. I think it'd be Indiana and Oregon, I believe. As I was trying to look at too, standings. The Oregon Ducks would, because they'd both be 7-1. I don't know how the tiebreakers work, but I'm pretty sure Oregon would be in. Because Michigan's got 2 losses, so they'd be out. But yeah, if Michigan can find a way to win, the Big Ten will get 4 teams in the playoff. That's basically what's on the line for Michigan.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And they've obviously had Ryan Day's numbers. So even last year when Ohio State was so good, that was when they put up the total stinker in the horseshoe. You would think this year they would come out and make it happen, but Michigan, they want to grind games. So do you think it's going to stay under, or do you think Ohio State can open this game?
I don't know. The wide receiver health for Ohio State scares me a little bit. And the weather. It's supposed to snow. They're supposed to get some snow and some weather in this game, which I think does favor Michigan because they have the running quarterback. I would maybe take the under in this game. I just think this is going to be a ball like the first half. I would take the first half under. Let's put it that way. I think the first half is going to be all running the clock. It's going to be ball possession, field position, and then the second half we might see some points. But I think the first half they're going to be really feeling each other out and seeing what the other team is going to be doing on offense versus, their defenses, because the defenses are probably the best units on the field for both teams. So, but we'll see. I anticipate if Michigan wins, Bryce Underwood would have to run for at least 60 to 70 yards, at least, if not more.
Have to have a big game. And then we'd mentioned them before. So Miami is at Pitt. Miami's a 7-point favorite, 49.5 point total. This is Saturday at 11 a.m. as well. The Canes have to win the game. I mean, they're showing that they're in the playoff, but if they lose this game, it'll be a 3-loss team, as you mentioned. And Pitt is on top of the ACC. It's hard to deny them at that point, at least obviously playing in the ACC title game. So I don't know. I mean, you think that ticket that we had earlier could come back to life if Miami can win this goddamn game?
I mean, the value would not still be good, but it could come back to life. I don't know. The one thing that really worries me, too, is it's supposed to be cold in Pittsburgh. Like, it's supposed to be in the 30s when they play this game. And we know how Florida teams doing in the cold usually go. Me being a Dolphins fan, I live that storyline every year.
Miami teams come north.
Yeah. So that's the only thing that really scares me. I'd probably take the points just for that reason. Miami maybe calls out a 3-point win, but I think you're getting a lot of value with the points. So
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
The last one I threw these teams in, I don't know if they really even have a shot now that I look at it, but Vandy's at Tennessee. Tennessee's a short favorite at 3 points at home, 65.5 point total. Do either of these games, I mean, they're clearly eliminated if they lose, but both of these teams had a shot early, but can they jump some people or are they just out?
Vandy's like your only chance because at least they'd still only have 2 losses. So maybe they would still need help, in my opinion. But I mean, a win goes a long way because especially if Oklahoma loses, that would be Vandy's opportunity to jump up. Or if Texas obviously loses, that'd be if those 2 teams drop, then yeah, Vandy would have a shot at that point. So
right,
yeah, Vandy's got to get it done. Tennessee's not playing for much. They've got 3 losses on the season, so they're probably out. So, but Vandy's definitely got something to play for here.
Well, if Oklahoma, so to your point, the Oklahoma game's on Friday, right? So maybe if they see that they lost, they play even harder and overseas, but maybe they kind of mail it in.
Yeah.
If they don't, you never know. That's 2:30 p.m. on Saturday for that.
I don't know. Vandy doesn't have a lot of historic football success. I don't see Vandy mailing it in by any means.
They want to try to get the
right.
Best
this is still one of the best. Yeah, I was gonna say this is still one of the best seasons in Vanderbilt history, honestly, that I can remember.
Even better when Jay Cutler was there, the great, great
smoking Jay Cutler, right?
So who do you like this week in college?
Yeah, this is the picks you want to fade this week. 26-31 and 1 on the season. I like Georgia -14. I just think that defense is going to be really good, and I just think they'll be able to get it done. I do like BYU -17.5 versus UCF. I think they're playing for their lives, and I think they understand what's in front of them. I like Kansas +10.5 versus Utah. Kansas is playing for bowl eligibility for one thing. Utah last week struggled with Kansas State at home. Avery Johnson obviously is a dual threat quarterback. Jaden Daniels is a dual threat quarterback. So I think he could present some challenges that they faced very similar to last week. I do like Kentucky +3.5 at Louisville. Again, Kentucky is 1 win away from bowl eligibility, so I think they're really going to be pushing to win this game. And you get the hook, which is always cool. And you throw out the record books from these 2 teams.
Battle for the Bluegrass State, baby.
Yeah, 100%. And then Army +7.5 versus UTSA. Again, Army is 1 win away from being bowl eligible. UTSA has already qualified for their bowl at 6 wins. So I'm going to take the hook. I'm going to take the team that probably wants to win one so they can become bowl eligible. And that's kind of where I wanted to lean in some of these picks this week. I like the value there.
You got to have some motivation. I like that. Makes sense. All right, let's get to the NFL Week 12. This was, as I labeled it, the All Dogs Go to Heaven week. We had 9-4-1 for the dogs last week. If you like dogs, you're in good shape. 6 different favorites won the game but didn't cover, which is an unusually high number on the season, and the unders reigned. So that usually happens. It's correlated. It's just kind of weird how it worked out. 10-4 unders over the overs. So one of those weeks like ouchie, a lot of big favorites that just didn't come in, and it was all over the league. So some highlights. We talked the Chiefs. I tell you, man, I was at the game, so I couldn't see it, but you could see the scoreboard. And obviously early, they were just, Colts were winning the game. Seemed like they were winning on cruise control, 20-10, starting the fourth quarter.
20-9.
29. Oh, okay, I do with the 2. And then it's like 5-6 was looming, which I don't even know if Mahomes has ever been 5-6 in his career, even in Texas Tech. But nope, they tie the game at the end of regulation and win with a Butker field goal. But they do not cover the 3.5 spread, and that's the more important thing, I suppose. I don't know, did you get to watch this game at all when you were at home?
A little bit here and there. It popped up on the Game Day Live. They would show some highlights. My biggest takeaway is that last year they did the My Cleats, My Claw, or My Claws thing this weekend, which was really cool. Harrison Butker last year had anti-human trafficking cleats on. This year didn't wear any cleats. I don't know if he doesn't support that cause anymore or that was one of the big takeaways I had. But I don't know. This Chiefs team, they found a way. I don't know who we learned more about. I don't know if we learned more about how bad the Colts offense could really be because they didn't get a first down the last 4 drives of the game they had the football, and that includes overtime.
Right.
And obviously I think the Chiefs had over over 200 yards of offense from the beginning of the fourth quarter through overtime. So
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
Just insanity. So I don't know. Chiefs saved their season. Obviously, they'd have been dead if they lost this game. So
Yep.
they still got a gauntlet. They still got to run the table. Yeah, we'll see.
They do. They got to keep winning.
I think the Colts could be on the verge of an avalanche. So.
Well, we'll
I really
talk
do.
about that later, but yeah, I don't disagree with you. That was a win, especially when you have a game right in your hand. That was kind of cementing your position in the playoffs.
That's the second one. They did the same thing against the Rams.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, so Bears, they keep winning, as I mentioned. They win the game 31-28. Very interesting game. Seeing this live, Rodgers obviously got ruled out, which I don't know if that played that big of a factor. I thought it was going to. But Rudolph played fine. I mean, I know the Bears' defense is banged up. One of the worst plays I've ever seen Caleb Williams make. I haven't seen him in his young career, but that terrible, what are you doing in the end zone? Either just take this. First of all, he ran back in the end zone, then he takes the sack, then he tries to flip it. Fumble recovery in the end zone. That was ugly. They somehow survived that. And they also, we're at the game. It's like they're up by 6. Just close this thing out, get a first down. No way. They get the first field goal, and they couldn't close out again, and then they ended up winning the game. But, it's a sweat every time with this team. But guess what? The Bears covered a 2.5.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did. Hey, good teams win. Great teams cover. So
they say.
Yeah. We'll see. They get a nice test this week. That's for sure.
They do. Packers, they finally played well, but I do think this is more a play on McCarthy, who is he's hurt all of a sudden. They're really protecting this kid, but he was awful again. Packers got their running game going. 23-6 was the final. Really had no chance to win this game or even cover for Minnesota. So the Pack win and cover, and they stay at least a half game back or whatever it is, like a quarter game back of the Bears out of first place.
His confidence is completely gone. I don't know what they're going to do with him either. So that's the.
We discussed this. No eye black. Just remove the eye black.
Well, like I said last week, once the wide receivers start getting frustrated, once your leaders start showing that frustration, things usually don't all miraculously turn around. They usually get worse from there. So
it's true. Well, they're benching them. So Pats win the game against the Bengals, and this was a non-Burrow game. It was Flacco again. Home effort. They had this game. They were covering it not the whole time, but they fell down early, came back, were up some. They could have, Vrabel doesn't care about us people who bet on them. So instead of going for the touchdown to go up by 10, they kicked a field goal to go up by 6, which the numbers analytics scream at you, but it doesn't matter because the Bengals couldn't score. So Pats win, but don't cover 26-20.
Yep.
And then we'll talk about Burrow coming back and why that should even happen. But Falcons, they bounced back in this one. The Saints were just not good, and Cousin wasn't terrible in this one. Falcons win this one 24-10. Not really much to say besides that. Just kind of put that on there because I think – did you have that one? I think you had that one. So Jags, oh boy. This team, Trevor Lawrence, 3 interceptions, blowing leads, still win. Guess what? They won. They won the game in overtime and pushed the number. 27-24 was the final. It fell 3 in the contest in most final stuff. So, hey, they win, and they're going to be – I don't know about the worst playoff team in the history of the NFL, but they definitely are on track to make the playoffs. They could obviously stub their toe. We'll talk about that later, but ho-hum. I'm glad they won. They beat a kind of a team that doesn't have defense in Arizona.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence just loves to throw interceptions. That's literally what he was born to do. He throws some of the dumb, like him and Tua throw the stupidest picks I've ever seen, I think, in my whole life.
Yeah. Who is the backup there? Do I know this?
Do you know this?
I don't think I know who's there right now. I mean, Mac Jones was there last year.
Is it not Gardner? No, not Gardner Minshew.
Is he back down there?
No.
I just wonder. I'm not saying they're going to bench Trevor. It's just
Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins, yeah. And Nick's not like an upgrade, obviously, but it's just, God, Trevor, he just stupid plays, so many turnovers. They overcome, I think they had 4 turnovers in this game total. But, hey, take advantage of the schedule. And then we mentioned already the Rams crushing the Bucs. That was good. And you mentioned
see you later.
Yeah, Stafford minus 225 favorite now for the MVP, at least on Rivers. So.
Yeah.
Week 13, we've got no buys, which if you're a fantasy football player, I don't want to buy on Thanksgiving. If but I want better bye management because in week 14 we've got a big bye situation next week if you're trying to make the playoffs. But that's for another podcast. Thanksgiving Day, we've got Green Bay at Detroit as the opener. This game used to be at 11:30 Central. Now it's noon Central on Fox. Detroit's a 2.5-point favorite at home, 48.5-point total. I'll give you your stat. Go ahead, give you your stat for this one.
Well, we only have 4 teams on bye next week, by the way. So it's not like it's a big bye week.
It just sucks that there's a bye. Instead of a 2-team bye that they do like in week 7, maybe they could put a couple of those 2-team bye weeks and just eliminate week 14 byes. But, some of us are 6-6 in your league. You got to win it.
Yeah, right. No, I like Green Bay in this game. One of my big reasons why is Detroit's defense last week played 77 snaps
They did.
against Jameis Winston. So turn around on a short week. You're definitely going to get Green Bay who's going to want to run the ball. That was their big kind of message last week, I noticed, was play good defense, run the football.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Don't let Jordan Love lose the game for you because he will do it if you let him. And that's what I'm learning. And I like the points here with the dog, even though statistically and his history would tell you to take the home team on Thanksgiving,
right.
Especially in this rivalry. Even Detroit, even when they were bad, usually plays well on Thanksgiving. But I don't know. Something just tells me to take the Packers.
Yeah. Look, this is a coin flip. I mean, I don't know where to go with it. Detroit has to win this game. They won last week, barely. But obviously there's chinks in the armor. Their offensive line's a little banged up, which Micah Parsons should feast. I'm not sure if the play calling by Campbell is really working at this point. I mean, he obviously got it done when Jahmyr Gibbs runs for 3,000 yards in a game. I mean, you can win games, but that's pretty hard to do. So I hear what you're saying. I mean, the value's in the dog. I don't know. I mean, they both need the game, but Detroit needs it worse. That was kind of my take. So it's a stay away from me, but I understand why you're taking Green Bay here.
Yeah, we'll see.
Kansas City at Dallas is the second game. This is at 3:30 p.m. Central. I guess the first one I should have said is on Fox. This one's on CBS. 3.5 points in the contest. The whole market is 3, which is originally I like KC minus the 3, but 3.5 the hook. I don't know. I don't want to go down with that again. 52.5-point total. Look, it's going to be an interesting game. Kansas City's got to win the game again. Same kind of situation.
Dallas has got to win the game.
They do too. I mean,
this is the double must win.
There's a little red light over there that if they lose, but it just feels like Kansas City's going to win this game with the last second field goal or something by 2 points or something like that. So I don't mind you taking Dallas in the game. It's just I'm going to watch this one with some popcorn. And I will say one stat, one of the guys I listened to, the deep dive, they said that when Kansas City's favored by 3.5, they usually go under the total in like 55% of the time. So I would like the under in this game, which is atypical if you look statistically. Dallas has had a bad year, but their defense is better. So I like under the 52.5.
I like Patrick Mahomes to have a rushing touchdown in this game.
Ooh, here we go. Anytime TD.
Anytime, first TD even, I think you could sprinkle.
Well, you got to split the unit. That's what I've been doing.
Right. This is his first game in AT&T Stadium as a pro, by the way.
Interesting. He's a Texas boy.
Yeah, I was going to say he's from there. He went to obviously Texas Tech. He played there in high school, and I'm sure they played there in college. I didn't look up that far, but he has never played there as a pro. So I think Thanksgiving he's going to want to put on a show.
Yeah.
And I just like him to score at least one touchdown rushing. I'm sure he'll throw for maybe another couple, but I expect a big day out of Patrick Mahomes. That's all.
Yeah, I think that
I would take the number. I would take the hook though if I had to.
Yeah, Dallas's D is improved, but their secondary is still not great. So you're right. I think he's gonna throw the ball more. You can get some props on like Thornton or some of those secondary, wideouts for Kansas City. The last game, the night game, is 7:20 p.m. Central on NBC. You've got the Baltimore hosting Cincinnati. Burrow is not officially ruled, but it looks like he's going to start.
He's playing. He put it on his Instagram. He's playing.
He's playing. Well, he should play. We'll discuss in a moment. 7-point favorite for the Baltimore in the contest, 51.5-point total. I don't know, man. Okay, I guess they're not eliminated from the playoffs, technically. But they are. So he just wants to play. Great. I will say the Ravens defense has been playing better. I don't like this total over. I definitely like it under.
Oh, yeah.
And I love Baltimore here, man. I think they're going to roll this game. I don't know why. I just think they're going to beat up or Joe.
Well,
Don't
and
see him
history.
as well.
Yeah, history would tell you too that Lamar has a lot of success against the Bengals defense.
Right.
I'm with you. I think there's one clear and obvious play, and it is the under. I think both quarterbacks are banged up. Obviously, Joe's coming back from an injury. I think something's wrong with Lamar. He's not as explosive. He doesn't run as much as he has in years past.
No question.
I think he's dealing with some kind of injury. So I think that elusiveness, a lot of times when he's killing the Bengals, that's when it's because it was elusiveness, getting out of the pocket, making a play from that standpoint. So I'm with you. I think the value is in the Bengals if you want to take the game that way, but I think the one clear obvious play is to take the under in this game.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
And I'm going with Baltimore, not Cincinnati, by the way.
Yeah. I think since week 4 when they lost to the Rams, I think the Ravens defense has averaged 14 points a game, which would be the best in the league from that standpoint. I think it's last 6 weeks.
As soon as they got Roquan back, they played better. And it's just
shocking.
Look, yeah, I know. He's not bad. He's good at football. Maybe he was a Bear once. But and what? They don't have any linebackers. But anyway, yeah, I'm a little worried about Burrow coming back. He's started slow in regular seasons before. We'll see. I mean, look, 7 points in a division game is not great, but that defense is not good for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
On Friday, we've got the big games, 28th, the Bears at the Eagles. The Eagles are a 7-point favorite at home, 44.5-point total, 2 p.m. Central on Amazon. Hopefully you have that, Coop. I have reverse feel. When we mentioned it before, I was like, oh, Philly's going to smash them. I didn't think it'd be 7. I will tell you that. It's a big number. They're not really, it's a big number for Philly to cover.
Vegas is literally telling you the Bears going to Philadelphia is the same thing as Carolina going to San Francisco.
Yeah, I know that.
Wild.
That makes no sense.
No, not at all.
So the downside is in like our friend circle, I guess I'm not putting out so many people are paying attention to this, but Art and Al are taking the Eagles. It's official. They put their pick in. And so it's just like, hey, they can still win the game and not cover the number, and that's fine. But to your point earlier, I mean, the Bears are frisky. They're frisky in this situation. In the circuit contest, you have to take one of these 4 games. And unfortunately, those guys already took, Baltimore, and they took, obviously Green Bay and Detroit are playing each other, kind of got backed into a corner. They could have done KC or Dallas for that matter. But hey, they're on it. They're on Philly. The estimate for most of the guys I listen to of the 900 people remaining, it's going to be a roughly 60% on the Eagles. So that's going to be a very interesting watch if the game is close.
Oh, no. I'm trying to find
I like the Bears. I like the Bears plus 7.
You like the Bears. Okay. I like the over. I think eventually, I think this Eagles offense has to figure out something. And I was looking at the matchups too, because it looks like going back to 2016, the Bears have not beaten the Eagles. And I was trying to see.
They don't beat them a lot.
Yeah.
The Eagles beat them pretty bad. Yeah, usually.
I just think it's a bad number. Because obviously the back door is wide open here. I think this is a perfect wide open back door situation. So I hate I would take the over though. That's the one number I do like. Picking the game, I think 7 is like the perfect number. It's the one that's going to deter me the most.
Right.
I guess if I had to wake up and pick a number, it'd probably be the Eagles, because I could see the Eagles and Saquon finally figuring it out.
Right.
And we'll see what happens. But yeah, take the over in this game. I think you'll get some points.
Yeah, I mean, in seeing, I know you said we were communicating before, after the game on Sunday. Look, the Bears, looking at them in real time, I mean, the defense is bad. I mean, those linebackers are awful. They're just not, they're on their 5th string linebackers. They can't stop anything, but they are supposed to get a little healthier on the outside. But Philadelphia had some injuries coming out of that game against Dallas. And I don't know. The thing about Philly is just the juju, man. It's just what's going on there. It's like a couple of years ago when they fell off the rails and, fell apart. I don't think they're going to do that. They're just so much talent. But, A.J. Brown and Jalen, Jalen Hurts is not playing to his full potential. Saquon obviously isn't the same. He's probably tired from last year, just dinged up. So it'll be an interesting game, interesting watch. This is the one we might go to Rivers. I'll see if I can talk Art into going during the game. We watch the game and then we go roll the bone. So if you feel better, you guys are gonna have your Thanksgiving. But
can you tell me the last time that the Bears beat the Eagles? I found it.
Oh God, probably in the Cutler era, maybe like 15? 2015?
2011.
Oh,
The
wow.
last time, the final score 30-24. Lovie Smith against Andy Reid.
Oh my God, Lovie Smith was the coach still. Damn.
Yeah, you did have Jay Cutler being the quarterback for the
Yes.
Bears in this game, and then you had, I believe, Michael Vick was the quarterback for the Eagles in this game. So,
Sure.
yeah, it's been a while since the Bears have beaten the Eagles. Just
I
to put that in
know.
context.
But some things have to break and see what happens. Let's go to the main slate on Sunday. We've got going east. The Rams are going to Carolina. Carolina is a
Last thing. The Eagles were -8 in that game. The spread. So maybe some history there.
That was probably the year that Vic was having that monster year, and they were really great, but they weren't quite as great as they could have been.
Maybe it was the 5-3 Bears versus the 3-5, or I guess it would have been the 4-3 Bears against the 3-4 Eagles at that point. So anyway, continue. Sorry,
they were disappointing that year.
Yeah.
Rams at Carolina. Carolina's a 10.5-point favorite at home, 46-point total, noon on Sunday. Obviously, the Rams are really good. They've actually been some of the teams that can cover the bigger numbers. It's just, when I do that analysis, it's like a 50-50 coin flip or less, usually like 45% cover when you've got those big numbers. So I'll stay away from this one, but I know you like your favorite squad, the Rams.
I thought about taking this number, and then I stayed away from it. It feels like a letdown spot. It just feels like they're going to overlook the Panthers a little bit here. And the Panthers have been frisky at home. I still think if they could have done anything with those 3 picks they got for Brock Purdy, Carolina had a chance to win that game on Monday night. They just could not do. They couldn't do anything when they got those 3 turnovers. So I would stay away. I might full round take the under on this game, even though the Panthers have been pretty good at home. So maybe the over is the right play. I don't really have a beat on this game. I just don't.
It's tough because J.C. Horn, he was the guy who had, I think, 2 of those picks. I think he's questionable for this game if he's going to play. The other guy got fined. The thing about you give Stafford time, he's going to be fine. Carolina has no pass rush. It's just it's tough. But to your point, Carolina's been pretty good covering the number. They didn't cover this week, but they've been about 60%, and at home they're really good. But
and they're alive in the South.
Oh yeah,
they're alive. They're a live dog. So we'll see.
If they would have got that win, they would have jumped Tampa. So. All right, speaking of another NFC South juggernaut, the Falcons are going to the Jets. The Jets are 2.5-point dog at home, 39.5-point total. Do you trust Kirk Cousins on the road at the Jets?
I hate this game. I don't want anything to do with it. I literally do not want anything to do with this game. The only thing I maybe would bet is like a prop for Bijan Robinson to run for a lot of yards. Other than that, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, I'm on the Jets here. I can't believe Atlanta is favored in this game. I'm not saying the Jets are good. I just don't think they're that great. And Kirk in a little colder weather, get those old bones. He's not playing indoors anymore. I think he's going to have struggle. And I don't know. Tyrod didn't play that bad last week against the Ravens. They just kind of ran out of juice. And I give them credit. Hey, we're going to try to win this game. We're going for it on our own 35, 40-yard line, like when they're within a score, and then they obviously let Baltimore score otherwise. And they did cover the number last week, but much larger one. I like the Jets in this one, +2.5.
Yeah, have fun.
I know. Here's a game, San Francisco at Cleveland. It's going to be nice and cold and frosty in Cleveland. 5.5-point favorites for San Francisco on the road, 36.5-point total. Can Shador do it again? You think?
I love this number for the Browns. Yeah, this is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite picks of the week. The Browns defense is completely different when they play at home. This rivalry actually has been very back and forth if you look at the history of it. 2023 is last time they played in crappy weather. Brock Purdy I think he had 3 turnovers in that game too. He does not play well in the cold. He's a lot like Tua in that regard. Small hands. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey is obviously their offense. George Kittle's their offense. I just don't think it's a good matchup for them. This defense, Myles Garrett is going to have his way. He's like, what, five sacks away from breaking the record? 6 sacks away?
He's got 18 sacks on the year. He's leading everybody.
insane. I mean, he's an alien. They have the second best pass defense. They've got the 12th best rush defense. Like, yeah, I love the Browns. I love them.
I understand why you like the number. It's going to be a slugfest. It could be 10-7, and you cover. You're good. Total stay away. Shadur, how well is he going to play? And I'm not saying you're wrong. I think Cleveland is the play. It's Cleveland or pass.
The Niners don't get any pass rush either, so I think he's going to be just fine.
Yeah, he might be. Might be. I mean, Salah will probably blitz the house on him, so maybe he can hit some stuff. Maybe hit some Harold Fannin, for a little tutty. It's usually like what I like to see. Let's talk about a game that's relevant to the playoffs. Houston at Indy. Indy's a 4.5-point favorite at home, 44.5-point total. My darling Houston Texans, I've been riding them all season, good or bad. I love them in this game. I think they're going to win the game outright because they have to. And what do you like in this game?
I actually think Houston's a little overvalued here.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're enthralled with how many sacks they got last week against Buffalo, but I think you're forgetting that I think Buffalo had 2 backup tackles, or their tackles were pretty banged up in that game. I know one of them had his shoulder wrapped. Yeah, the right tackle was completely. Yeah, he was not like doing anything. He was a big traffic cone.
It was a turnstile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I think you'll get a much better offensive line with Indianapolis.
Oh yeah,
you get more of a run game. I mean, obviously Buffalo is the #1 rush team in the league, but.
Yep.
I think Indy gets back to. I think this is their season. They
have to win this game.
Like, I think Indy has to win this game if they're going to continue. Because I think if they don't, it's just going to be Pandora's box of losses, and everything's going to unravel at the seams. But we're going to be looking up, and the Colts are going to be out of the playoffs all of a sudden. So
possible.
I think if I had to pick, I like the over in this game. But if I really had to pick, I would take the Colts. I think the Colts would win and cover.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was 5 early in the week. It's come down to 4.5. I understand what you mean, and obviously Stroud's supposed to play, and even if he does play, they haven't been great. The neck has gotten them 3 wins, but against lesser opponents. It totally makes sense. I just, I'm enamored with that team on the turf. I think they're going to play really good defense. So within a divisional game, I think it's going to be a 3-point game and not 4.5, right? So I don't doubt that Indy wins the game, but keep it within.
Last quarterback to beat Houston, by the way, for Indianapolis?
Andrew Luck?
No, it was Anthony Richardson.
Oh, okay.
We were in Vegas, yeah.
It was the first year, the first game of the year. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that Huck and Chuck. He was just
the greatest throw we may have ever seen.
He hit, was it Pierce or somebody?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a dot.
That's awesome. Yeah, but they traditionally do struggle in this matchup sometimes. Okay, so New Orleans at Miami. Again, some of these games are woohoo. Miami's a healthy 6-point favorite at home, 42.5-point total coming off the bye. Has New Orleans just given up on their season? Hard to say. So what do you got in this one?
Well, the Dolphins have won 3 straight.
Mm-hmm.
They fired Chris Greer, and they haven't quit because the defense has played better, so that's good.
Yeah. Make the moves, yeah.
The Finns are coming off a bye, which I think helps the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And New Orleans hasn't scored more than 20 points in a game since October 5th, and I think you got to score a little bit more than that to beat the Dolphins at home. So I like the Dolphins here. This is the first time I've actually think they're in a good spot all year. It's amazing to me how good Jalen Phillips is when he's not playing for Miami. That's what my biggest takeaway is. Like, where the hell was that guy at when he was, on the Dolphins? So, but yeah, I like them at home. I think they win. I think they cover. I think they'll probably score 30 points, and that's going to be way too many for the Saints to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans, are they good against the run? Because, I mean, just give the ball to Achane, man. That guy is red hot, and let him run wild. We'll see. I mean, the question I really have, the more important question is, are the Finns going to win 4 more games and go over their win total? That's going to upset me because I had that preseason. It was looking like a lock, 6 games in, and now they've won some games.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, we got 2 more in the noon window. Arizona at Tampa. Tampa's a 3-point favorite in this one, 44.5-point total. From what I can see, it's unclear if Baker's going to play. He sprained his left shoulder. Obviously, we know Baker's going to want to play if he can. Teddy Bridgewater, He coached last year. That's all I got to say. He's going to get a full week of practice, so he's going to play better. But I don't love Arizona, but I'm just worried about Teddy Two Gloves, and if he's just, I can't put a contest pick on the line here. So.
I love Tampa. Yeah, they're getting Chris Godwin back. They're getting Bucky Irving full.
Last week, dude.
Yeah, but they're both playing on pitch counts last week.
Okay.
At least Bucky Irving was. So now you're going to go full week of Bucky Irving. Should be all good to go. When Tampa Bay can actually run the football, they're a completely different offense.
It's true.
Even with Baker a little banged up, I still think that they're the side. Their defense plays better at home. The offense averages, I think, right around 28 points a game at home. So I think they'll be just fine. I like Tampa here.
So if Teddy starts, you're still okay with it?
Yep.
Okay. Just so you know, Footlong Phil or Mitch just texted me, are you doing anything for Black Wednesday? This is how it starts.
There it is.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Anyway.
It is. Okay. It is 5 o'clock. You're right. It's 4:58.
Okay, so you like Tampa. And Tampa's going to start winning. Their schedule turns way easier, so they can still get this win with Teddy and then finish the rest of the division when Baker feels better. So,
yeah.
Last game in the noon window, we got Jags at Tennessee. This is, Jags have to win because they're, 7-4 so miraculously. They're 6.5-point favorites on the road, 41.5-point total. Guess what? Jimmy Wegs talked Steve into taking the Titans again. Let's go. I'm back on the Titans. My main thing is, I don't think the Jags are very good. They're not that good of a football team. I mean, Tennessee sucks. They're the worst team in my index for sure. But the Jags, are they going to win by 7 on the road? I don't know, man. They couldn't beat the Raiders, or I think are worse than the Titans sometimes. So I like how Cam Ward's playing. I will take the points this time for the Jags. I'm sure they're going to win the game. Tennessee doesn't want to win, but I don't know. They're kind of competing late in games.
Yeah, this is going to be Jacksonville's 4th road game in five games too, which is quite a bit. They were at Vegas, at Houston, at Arizona, and now they're in Tennessee. So I hate the number. I would probably take the over in this game, and that's probably maybe I'd feel good about it, and I'd have something to root for. But other than that, I'd stay away. I think 6.5 is like a deadly number.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I think the value there is with Jacksonville, honestly, but I would stay away from it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, when I do the index stuff, when I look at the differential, it's way different. Like, they should be up by 8. They should be 8-point favorites, but I don't know. Are the Titans going to show any fight? Last week they shouldn't have covered as well. I was really pissed because we took Seattle, and they were killing them. They're up 30-10 and just took their foot off the gas pedal and then scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. But you never know. Teams have momentum sometimes, and Cam Ward is not a bad football player. I think it just has no talent around him. So.
Yep.
All right. On the late window, you've got Minnesota at Seattle. We've got 12.5-point favorites for Seattle. This was 10.5, which I loved it early. 41-point total. You've got Max Brosmer starting, the undrafted rookie. So you probably already looked this up, but do you know where he played college football? He played 2 different places. So you got a chance, 50-50.
Yeah, Minnesota, right?
And where did he play before that?
It wasn't a Big Ten school, was it?
It was not a big school at all. If it helps you at all, Chip Kelly once coached there back in the early 2000s.
I remember this. I'm not going to remember it, but I do remember looking this up.
University of New Hampshire Wildcats.
That's right, yeah.
So, yeah, Brosmer, everybody loves this kid, supposedly, everything I've read. And, I mean, I don't think he's going to be Brock Purdy, but he does have a good offensive coach in KOC. 12 points they're at home. Seattle should light them up. They can run the football, obviously, we know that. It's just too big of a number. It got away. Go to 12.5, just is too much for me.
Yeah. Sam Darnold revenge game, too.
That's what I thought. Immediately when I said Sam revenge game, they're going to run up the score, but is that really true? Would you lay it, or would you just kind of...
I would lay it and take the under. I don't even know if Minnesota scores more than 10 points in this game.
They probably don't. If Seattle plays to its fullest potential, I don't know how they gave up 24 points in Tennessee, but they should just bulldoze them. But, maybe Jefferson has the game of his life because Brosmer can throw it to him.
I see 27-10.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's a cover. All right, we've got Vegas at the Chargers. Chargers are 9.5-point favorites, 41.5-point total. There may be some Raiders fans if they're still going to this thing. They fired Chip Kelly for Greg Olsen, and that is not Greg Olsen who's the commentator. I heard a funny stat this week. This Greg Olson guy has now been interim OC on like 5 different teams or something. He's like the perennial
He's professional. Yeah.
But he never gets retained. So he actually was the Raiders OC interim when Rich Bisaccia got the job a few years ago. So anyway, I like your question. Is this the worst watch of the weekend? It probably could be.
Yeah, it probably is. Chargers are coming off a bye too, so I think you hammer the Chargers here.
Are they healthier in the offensive line now? They get your boy back, Joe Alt?
No, I think their tackles are done for the year. I just think this is a big coaching and team mismatch. Geno Smith is not going to beat this defense, I don't think.
And when are they going to start anybody but Geno? I mean, what the hell is going on here? Like, it's bizarre. I mean, give Kenny Pickett a chance or AOC or somebody. I mean, they're not winning games. It's just a big number for me, vision game. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Last one, Buffalo at Pittsburgh. Pretty big ramifications here. Buffalo's a 3-point favorite on the road, 47.5-point total. I was kind of all over Pittsburgh when it was at 3.5, and it kind of, dipped now. I mean, it's just 3 to 3.5. It's not a huge number, but it's a key number. So I backed off. I think Pittsburgh has to win this game. It looks like Rodgers will probably play. Buffalo, you can run on Pittsburgh's defense. I saw it on Sunday. So if they give it to James Cook, great. But what is going on with the receiving targets for Buffalo? I mean, without Kincaid, they just can't throw the ball.
Yeah, I don't even think they'll need to, because I think, like you said, they're going to run all over Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's very one-dimensional. So I don't see why the Bills don't win this game. They've got the better quarterback. They've got, like I said, the biggest advantage you could take from Buffalo on their defense is to run the ball, and the Steelers don't run the ball. So, and they run this short, quick, intermediate game, and I think Buffalo's going to hammer them here. I think this is the start of the downfall of the Pittsburgh Steelers, really.
Yeah, it's already begun. They're already not winning the division, but I see it. We'll see. I stayed away from it in the end. So Buffalo's got to win it to keep pace. They're not going to probably win the division now, but they got to still keep pace. They can fall in the playoffs if they lose this game, as does Pittsburgh. Sunday night game, Denver at Washington. Yeah, I know. Denver's a 5.5-point favorite, 43.5-point total. I don't know. Do we know if Jaden's going to play? Does it matter?
Do I hit? Do I stay?
I don't love Denver in this spot. They obviously got the big win over KC before the bye, and now they're on top of the division, so they got to win the game, and they will probably win the game. But Bo Nix, man, I mean, he Bo Nixes sometimes, and Washington's defense sucks. But I don't know. I stayed away from this one too. Too many points for me.
Jaden Daniels is ruled out with his elbow injury. Terry McLaurin is out with a quad. There's not a lot to like here from the Commander's standpoint.
Total trap game.
This game screams under to me. This looks like an under game if I've ever seen one in my life. So I would take that, which means they're going to score like 60 points. But no, I like the under. I just like the under here. I don't necessarily like the number with Denver, but I do like the under.
Yeah, under's good. Denver's a good under team. Just got to run the ball. Kill that clock. Run all over Washington. Be good with that.
Yeah.
Monday night, you've got, again, can we flex some games here, people? Giants at the Patriots. Patriots are 7.5-point favorites at home, 46.5-point total. Jackson Dart is practicing. Why play him? I'm not sure. I mean, Jameis is playing so well. You've got the bye coming up for Dart. He could get fully healthy and then have him finish off the season. That's what I would do. But if they do put him in there, fine. Do you think the Patriots can cover the number?
Yeah, I think eventually Jameis is going to turn back into Jameis. He's been playing pretty well.
Point.
Yeah, and I think I think Drake May. The big thing about Drake May is he doesn't make the same mistake twice, is what this coaching staff has talked about. So I think with him winning close games like they did last week, even though he didn't play as great. Also, he hasn't thrown for 300 yards in a game yet this season.
That's so weird, isn't it?
Fascinating, yeah, it's completely fascinating. So I like the Patriots here. I think they keep their focus. They stay ahead in the AFC East and on top of the conference too.
I love how Kafka has been calling the game, though. They've been inventive and fun. I don't know if they'll be that way with Jackson Dart, but hopefully they do. They broke out the full playbook against Detroit, so I can see them. If they're playing hard, then they can cover. The back door's open as usual here with the 7.5.
Do you think taking that same mentality, they only broke out the playbook because it was Jameis, and that they'll be a little bit more conservative with Jackson Dart, knowing that is the future of the franchise? That's also, I think, a thought that I just had too. They
certainly aren't going to run him. They're not going to run reverse passes and have him catch a ball. I mean, one concussion, he's out for the rest of the year probably. So that's why I don't know why you play him here. But hey, what do I know?
He needs the reps, Wags. He needs reps.
I mean, I'm 26-39 in the season, so what are you going to say? All right, so let's go with your top picks this week. And you're over 500, 4 games. You had a couple good weeks here.
Yeah, 31 and 27 and 2. Those damn pushes. Anyway, I like Cleveland plus 5.5. I liked it better at 6.5, but whatever. Sure. I would have taken it. I took it earlier in the week on Tuesday. I guess yesterday or Monday, one or the other. Green Bay plus 2.5, Buffalo -3, Tampa -3, and then Miami -6.
There you go. A little good mix there. Heavy dogs, which means the favorites will win this week, guys. Baltimore -7, Bears +7. I like the Texans plus 4.5, and then the dregs of the NFL, Jets plus 2.5. I might even put money line on that one, just so you know, against the Falcons. Tennessee plus 6.5.
You should parlay the Jets and the Titans together.
I should just do that too. I usually parlay all 5 picks. Of course, it hasn't worked out, but I will. You mean money line?
I mean, you can money line it. You can money line the Jets with the Titans cover. With the Titans points. I mean, whatever you want.
Usually put a unit on each of the games and then do. That's
you feel that good about it? You should.
Little money line dogs there, Jets and Titans. I mean, nobody believes in those teams. All right, so Survivor update, as I mentioned, Week 12 was like a lot of interesting action, but only 39 knockouts. So there's 900 left, just under 5% of the field. Art and Al are in. There's 2 picks this weekend. They picked, obviously, the Eagles. If they survive Friday, then they have to put another pick in by Saturday for just the Sunday and Monday slate. And I believe there'll be quite a few knockouts during this weekend, one way or another, because people, you start using up too many teams and you have to take some chances. In the picks contest, I did a misquote last week. I got to be excited about it. 84%. It was more like 77%. 74% for the leader, 61.67% for the top 100, and the side action. Boy, I wish we missed some more. We'd be closer to the bottom. Maybe we could win some money. But instead, we're sub 40%. So what are you going to do? This is the last week of the quarter. And then we get the last 5 weeks, which is the final quarter. Who knows? You never know.
You guys got to figure it out. You got to get it together. By the way, you could parlay the Titans and Falcons money line together plus 469.
The Jets, right?
Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong
469, baby. Good number.
Yeah, Jets and Titans. Here we go. Actually, I lied. It is the Titans and Jets. It's plus 661.
Yeah, baby. Now we're talking. 7-1. Let's go.
So if you want to build that parlay, courtesy of DraftKings.
Thank you, DraftKings. So you're headed out tomorrow to Ohio.
Yep.
And then you drive right back on Friday?
No, I'm going to drive right back on Thursday. We're going to do it all in one day.
You're driving out tomorrow, eating and coming back.
Yep.
That's like 10 hours on the road?
Give or take. It's like 8, give or take. Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, and then we'll do Thanksgiving on Friday. We'll do that on the afternoon. We'll be watching the Bears game, and then we'll eat afterward. And then Saturday we have the Ohio State-Michigan game, which I don't know where we're going to watch, but I'm sure we will be watching as a family. And then, I don't know, we'll probably do like some sort of activity afterward, whether it's like the Kris Kringle market or I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's and they want to get deep dish. They haven't had deep dish, I don't think, ever. So that'll probably be in the works on Saturday.
I mean, deep dish is great in the winter, put on those pounds, all that bread and cheese.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
So, but yeah.
Good.
All right.
I'm doing a whole lot of nothing, hanging out here. Tomorrow, watch some football. We talked about Rivers on Friday. If you guys anybody's interested, let me know. Yep. Warm up the old wrist. Get it going again. See what happens.
I mean, Let's see. I mean, we've been doing okay bowling, so it's like
Look at this guy.
we can make it work maybe.
You got to lead with not the dot, dude. Don't flip that around.
You want to flip it around? So
now we're talking. We got a 50s, some 20s, a 20s. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So maybe we can
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah, and then Saturday.
Okay, $10 table. You know.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for a $10 table.
I'm for a $5 table. Honestly, that'd be even better.
They do that sometimes, but knowing Rivers are going to screw us. It's like,
can they call us? Is there like a schedule? They can be like, hey, $5 tables at this time on this date. Like, can we get that anywhere?
Well, if they post it, they just do it. But
we get an email.
Baby. You get this, baby. Look at this.
Okay. $15 roll. Hell yeah! There you go. That's the pass line. There it is, right there.
That's a pass line. I can do pass line or don't pass. I can do I can't do anything with like. Where you can win double, which has to be even odds, which basically means pass line or.
Oh, that's stupid. What? Wow.
They don't want me to win. They want me to put this on a hard 6 and then make some cash.
Right.
Cheddar cheese. And then Sunday, not much. The big thing about laying low this weekend, I say that now, famous last word. But
Phil, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. On Tuesday, I'm flying out to Philly, and then it's the holiday party, so I'll be gone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll probably have to record on Friday, by the way. And because the holiday party will be like at noon Eastern until, whenever I go to sleep. And then I fly out on Friday morning and come back home. So, yeah, it's going to be a booze fest. I'm trying to let the liver recover and regenerate and stuff.
Yeah, nice. There it is. When's the happy hour, by the way?
Happy hour is December 18th, which is a Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday the 18th. Mark your calendars. So you've got there's a lot of stuff going on. The volleyball
party is.
That's on the 12th?
I think so. That sounds right, yeah.
Something like that. I think it's the 12th. So it's the 12th. We'll talk about it next week. The 12th, and you've got T-Box is the 13th. The Santa outfit's got to come out again.
Hanukkah's on the 15th.
Yeah, so the holiday party for Foreshadows is the 10th, which is Wednesday. Christmas party for the sing-along stuff on the 12th. 13th is T-Box and my buddy's Ulrich's holiday party.
What's T-Box?
T-Box is the one in a Wrigley. It's like the bar crawl.
Mm.
Everybody dresses up in Christmas stuff, and
nice.
You're spilling in all the bars. There's like 2,000 people out there. It's crazy.
Holy shit.
Fun. I did it last year for the first time. I wore the Santa outfit. Hey, Santa. Remember that whole thing?
So yeah.
I've still got the Santa outfit. It's been hanging up there for a year. It's ready to come out again out of the dust. So that's happening on the 13th, and then the 18th is the happy hour, and then we finally have holiday. And then my daughter comes home the 22nd, 29th, whatever. There's so much.
Oh my God, you'll have a car?
I don't have a car still.
No, I said you'll have a car though.
No, I will not. She's not driving home.
Oh, she's flying? Oh, man.
She's going to leave that car in Virginia. She don't drive. It's like a 12-hour drive. She's not going to do that first.
Man, are we doing New Year's together, by the way? I saw my sister sent out the invite.
I saw it. I haven't decided since we're talking about it. I'm sure she doesn't listen. Candidly, we went last year, obviously.
Yeah.
Did you drive last year?
No, we rode with Caesar. Because Caesar drove.
See, that place is so far out there. Like, I remember walking a mile and a half in the freezing cold to find an Uber last year. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because I think we Ubered out early. I think we left like 12:30, 12:45.
We left like right away and beat the rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my dumb ass was sitting out there freezing, and then I think it was Julie, Arpan, and I.
Yeah, you guys went to like Mexican or something.
We went to get Mexican late night, but before that, we walked all the way from there to like Belmont and Sheridan, which it's not just north. I mean, it's way west because we're so far east. I'm just considering. I'm like it's a nice venue. It's just hard to get in and out of, and getting there is fine. Getting home is a bear. So I just gotta.
Yeah, you need a DD is what you need.
I do. And then there's also the New Year's, like the Dick Clark Rocking Eve is going to do a live look in Chicago this year for the first time. So I wouldn't mind finding out where that is. And
so you can be on TV. Your time to shine.
Well, obviously, I mean, they're looking for me.
They would love your dance moves. Yeah, you're tearing it up, boy.
Will.
Yeah.
They'll have to loosen up those hips to get ready to go,
Right.
The hips don't lie, baby. Plenty of time to figure all that out. Anyway, but just so you know, obviously, if they make it through the weekend, when they make it through the weekend, I haven't scheduled a game night yet because the last weekend of the NFL season is the 3rd and 4th, right? And normally I would do my party on the 3rd or like the first Saturday. We're going to Vegas if they make it that far, so it's already, locked in. I might get tickets for next week. You're going too. You're going too, pal. Come on.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll figure out a way.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, follow us at Side Action Pod on X, at Side Action Podcast on Instagram. Don't forget about TikTok.
That would be
Follow me
killer.
at Wegs and Coop on X and on Instagram.
The more I think about that, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I would go. Because that would be, because like, come on, what are we talking about? Like, they're
probably at that point.
Bringing the pom poms, the air horns, the face paint. We'll get the face paint for that.
Eye black.
Yeah, not enough eye black is going to be had for that. Yeah.
Well, they're gonna pay for. I mean, like the entries in. If you get that far, I'm sure they put you up in a suite or some shit like that. So we can just get a bunch of people and go.
Yeah, we can figure it out. But yeah, that would be, I would be down for that 100%. And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on Twitter at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we're the Side Action Podcast, home of the potential winner, Art Murphy, hopefully.
Yeah, Art and Alistair, man.
That would be sick. That would be
Team Pick 6.
Oh my God, are our horse racing segments about to blow up? Is that going to be like?
Well,
we're going to be a horse racing
this
podcast,
time, right?
Yeah.
Art needs to put his picks somewhere, and then when he comes on, we know that the picks he's sharing only the picks he wants to tell people.
Right.
Then his real picks are over there. And then,
he needs a paywall. Yeah, he'll have a paywall. There you go.
No, he's made so much money in horse racing in 2025. Like he's definitely gonna have to pay some taxes on that.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, love you guys.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Side Action Podcast. We appreciate all of your listens, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you all again next week.
Side Action Podcast, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the show hosts or guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this podcast, and opinions of the show hosts and guests may conflict. Individuals following the advice given on the podcast accept their own risk of loss, as the Side Action Podcast, its owners, hosts, associates, or guests will not guarantee any advice given. The opinions and advice given are for entertainment purposes only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Intro credit to OTMG the Vet, Old Me versus Young Me Part 2.